We are officially in the top 1% of podcasts.
That's right, Luke. We are.
Technically.
10th episode.
10th episode. Most people don't make it this far. We're persistent.
We're that cool, actually.
Yeah.
You can tell by our sunglasses and our suits. That's right. We're wearing sunglasses and our suits, even though it's only 10.
We haven't missed an episode a week the entire time we've been filming. We've been late, but we have not missed it.
Yeah, and we weren't even late to recording. It's just late to posting.
Because the YouTube uploading system sucks.
And sometimes I just forget.
Bada bing, bada boom, bada bang.
And we're busy.
Yeah, busy high school students here.
I've got a show that opens in 4 weeks.
I sit on my butt and do nothing.
I'm busy. Luke is just here.
I was going to be busy because of lacrosse, but now I no longer have that mindset, so.
Because lacrosse was canceled out of school. Whoop-de-doo. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
So we were going to have guests, but then it's late and it's hard for people to do things.
Yeah, we're just, we just are men in suits with no guests.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in my basement today.
We're in Luke's basement, as you can tell by the giant Virginia Tech flag and the John Hopkins flag, which you can't see.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can definitely tell we're in Luke's basement. We also have cool chairs.
Yeah.
Super cool chairs. Oh, we're actually using Luke's mic, so if it sounds awful, that's why. Okay, so we've got a cool little episode for you.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do top 10 moments. Because we decided we're not going to do top 10 episodes because that wouldn't make sense because this is our 10th episode. Yeah. So we have top 10 moments from our episodes in previous history, such as the past 10 weeks. Isn't that crazy? 10 weeks? It's a long time.
Wait, it has been 10 weeks.
Yeah.
We skipped right over our month anniversary and our 2-month anniversary.
We're going to stay for 10.
Yeah. We'll celebrate when it's like our
6.
Yeah. We'll do another special episode for like our 25th episode.
Why 25th?
Because it's a quarter of 100.
Oh, you're right. It is a quarter of 100.
It's just 10 felt special.
Yeah, and we're also going to give
Also, I wasn't planning on doing anything for 10 until people told us we should do stuff for 10.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're also going to tell you the history of Luke and Patrick and how we became friends.
Yep. Because I think after 10 episodes, I think they have a right to know more about us than they already do.
Yeah, and then we're going to figure out the third segment.
Yeah.
We will.
We
Just
will.
wait. It's a surprise for you guys. And then also, you guys aren't going to just be somewhat educated. You're going to be fully educated. You're going to have particular news with Patrick and Florida Man plus Luke.
Mm-hmm.
So get ready for that. All right, let's just start off the top 10. Why don't I start off like we did the first episode?
Very first.
So one of my favorite moments, my dad was telling me, and my mom was like, wow, this is really funny, this part. My dad almost like drove off the road because he was laughing. So it was when it was actually like last week when Luke and I were discussing our foods, and it was like, what are apricots? I don't know how we got to what are apricots, and I was like, I don't know what apricots are. So I looked up, what are apricots? We still don't really know what apricots are.
But I think they're its own fruit. Like, I swear to God, we have to sound so stupid to some people.
I think they're just like peaches, right?
I think it's its own fruit.
Yeah, I think it is. So we think they're like peaches.
Also, I just want to point out for our listeners, not our viewers, that we are wearing suits right now as celebratory.
Very cool suits.
We're men in suits.
Yes.
Not tights.
Not tights. Suits.
Suits.
Yeah, a white man can wear suits. It's like white man can't dance. Or can't play. White man can't jump. That's it. White man can wear suits.
Okay, so this is a moment that's not going to stand out to a lot of people, and that's why it's my number 10. But it's when we were talking about Tootsie Rolls and how much I despise Tootsie Rolls.
You despise a lot of things, Luke.
Not a lot of my top 10 is going to be the stuff that I despise, but I despise Tootsie Rolls. I really don't like Tootsie Rolls. I think they're stupid, and it's a dumb candy. It's not even real chocolate, I don't think, but I could be wrong, just like I was wrong about apricots, but I don't think Tootsie Rolls are real chocolate, and they suck. So
Yeah.
Tootsie Rolls.
I like Tootsie Rolls fine.
And we talked about that on an episode, because you brought up Tootsie Pops, and I was talking about how my girlfriend, which she did it again 2 days ago, bought 50 freaking Tootsie Rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, I like them fine. They're not bad. They're not good.
Yeah.
All right, Luke. Yeah, so my number 9, this was today, like 5 hours ago. We were playing golf, and I posted a TikTok. I thought the TikTok was pretty funny, and it's just us playing golf. And Luke and I both thought we were going to be really good at golf, because we were both like, yeah, we're fine at golf. And then it turns out we were both completely wrong.
I would like to point out that
We
I
were
haven't
awful.
played in literally a year.
Okay, I haven't played since like December, which counts for something. The last hole. I'm just saying, we were listening to music, and there was like turn on some white girl music. So I was like, all right. I turned on California Girls by Katy Perry, and the first shot I did, I shanked it right into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second shot, I calmed down
Right in the middle of the chorus.
in the middle of the chorus. I took my drive, I smacked it as hard as I could, and I landed about 20 feet from the hole. And I still got a bogey, but I'm counting it as a par because I hit a really nice drive.
I don't even know what I got on that hole.
You got like a triple bogey, I think. But yeah, golf. Playing golf was really fun.
Okay, so a few of my top ones here are going to be like very minuscule things that I just kind of found funny myself. So my next one's going to be the bucket hats. The story behind the bucket hats is I love bucket hats. I've been looking to get a bucket hat for a really long time, and I walked into Patrick's house one day, like the day before we were going to record, and he was like, "Hey, do you want this bucket hat?"
Yeah.
I've worn that bucket hat in I think 2 episodes now.
Probably. And I wore it last episode.
And I just really like the bucket hat. The bucket hat will definitely be making more
And we got that bucket hat for free because we got to like a Georgetown game early. So yeah, free bucket hat.
Bucket hats.
I like bucket hats. They're nice. I have an IKEA bucket hat, which I will find and I will wear it for an episode. It's like the big IKEA blue bags, but it's
I really want an
bucket
IKEA bucket hat.
maybe we can go to IKEA and get one.
I want a Buc-ee's bucket hat, actually.
Is that a thing?
Buc-ee's has everything. Wait,
Luke
hold up.
Luke really likes
Hold up.
Buc-ee's. He's really good blanket that he has is Buc-ee's. Yeah, I've never been to a Buc-ee's. Luke's a big fan though,
I've been to Buc-ee's twice.
and he's the biggest fan.
I love Buc-ee's.
Yeah, bucket hats are fun though. I really like bucket hats. Sometimes I don't think they look good, but then sometimes like, wow, bucket hats look great.
I have some W flicks of me in a bucket hat, too.
Yeah, you didn't.
Sorry for our older viewers who just had to witness me say W flicks.
W flicks. Okay. My number 8 is Aquaman. And you may say, what's up with Aquaman? I'll tell you. Luke hates Aquaman apparently. And another thing, I know Luke has this on his list, but Luke was talking, we were talking about superheroes, and he was talking about how he saw the movie, and he was like, I hate Aquaman. I was like, but why? He's the king of Atlantis. He's like, I don't want that superpower. Who wants to talk to fish? And yeah.
Well, it's a stupid superpower. Who wants to talk to fish? It doesn't do anything. Like, how is, like, King Kong attacking the World Trade Center gonna have anything to do with fish? Like, how would Aquaman
It
stop
doesn't
that?
have anything to do with fish.
Exactly. So how would Aquaman help in that situation?
King Kong isn't related to superheroes at all.
Okay. What if Doctor Doom was bombing the World Trade Center? Then, like, what would
Once again, Doctor Doom was Marvel, not DC.
What if that giant alien head thing was attacking the World Trade Center?
What giant alien head?
Okay.
The thing that was in Ant-Man, a Marvel movie?
What? What would Aquaman do if Joker was attacking the World Trade Center? How would that help in
I don't
any
know.
way?
Throw a fish at him? Stab him with a trident? You understand what I'm saying. It's not that stupid of a superpower.
Yes, it is. It is so stupid.
He can, like, ride sharks on land.
No, he can't.
Yeah, I bet he can.
Until I see Aquaman start a Sharknado, I think he's a stupid superhero. Just like Sharknado is a stupid movie.
Yeah, I like Sharknado though. Oh, yeah, Aquaman. I guess that's my number 8. Apparently, Luke, your turn.
Okay, my next one. I actually did prepare for this. I want to point that out.
That's because I made him prepare for this.
But
one.
I still am going by like not. Okay, my next thing is the light bulb moment. And sorry, I'm kind of tired.
It's 9 o'clock.
Light bulb. So the significance of the light bulb moment is that me and Patrick. So I didn't really find it funny in the moment, but Patrick's dad found it really.
It was like the second episode.
And looking back at it, it was pretty funny. When we were doing a draft of things starting with the letter L, I chose the light bulb. In the moment, we kind of just went over it. But I said, "Where would we be without the light bulb?" And Patrick said,
It'd
"The
be
world
pretty
would
dark.
be pretty dark."
It'd be pretty dark. I guess it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't even see us if we didn't have light bulbs, so because it'd just be dark and you'd see a little bit glowing.
Well, actually, I'm pretty sure these are LEDs, but
That's still a light bulb though.
no, it's not. Well, I guess it is.
It's a light bulb.
But you don't have to like replace them.
You don't have to replace your face. Um.
I'm actually really tired. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. My number 7 is in the Mr. Panisi episode when I hit my head on the table
Oh, I forgot.
because my mic. Okay. So my computer wasn't charging, so I went down under my desk to try to figure that out. And then when I got up, I was like, "Oh, it's still not charging." So I went up and flipped like a switch I had in my room because that's what fixes the power or something. And then I was like, "It's still not charging" because I unplugged the thing for no reason. And then I knocked my mic over, and then I tried to go pick it up and hit my head on the table, and it really hurt. I thought,
Wah.
yeah, but yeah, that hit my head in this.
Okay. My next moment.
You alright, Luke?
It's really a hard choice.
Okay.
But Luke, me cursing the last few episodes.
Oh yeah.
Just really subtle, but really just not good for our family-friendly image.
Because I have to put an E on it because I don't feel like finding in the episode to bleep it out
Yeah, I don't really bleep it out either. I just put for everyone.
for everyone. It's like E for everyone.
Just like most video games, besides the ones that are M for mature.
Oh boy.
We should make this a mature episode.
A
of the
mature
podcast.
episode.
How
Okay.
do we even get mature?
No, like you can't do mature. What do
If
you
I were
mean?
to go FMB, like if I just curse for like,
Yeah, you could do that.
we could age restrict it.
Age? I don't think you can age restrict. I mean, you just put E on
no,
it.
I
Or for
can-
YouTube you can.
No, I can age restrict my own videos.
Oh, how fantastic.
Yeah.
Alright, my number 6 is books. Okay. I was thinking elaborately, but sure, I guess not. That's when we talked with Mr. Benici about books, and I realized how I really don't read books at all. I started reading Dracula, though, so look at me being studious. But yeah.
My
Books.
next one is also books.
Oh, how nice. Books. It was fun really talking with Mr. Panisi.
Yeah, he's read some interesting books that I've never heard of, nor have I ever read, nor will I ever read. So, sorry, Mr. P, if you're listening to this. Actually, no, wait, I've read some of the books that you had.
I've read, I don't think I've read any of them. Maybe, one of them, but yeah. Books are fun, though, and we should read more.
I don't read.
Yes, you read more than I do. I've been trying to read, though, so I try my hardest.
Can I stop yawning? Holy.
Yeah, Luke and I are going to fall asleep. That was actually the surprise segment, just Luke and I sleeping for 30 minutes. Yeah, okay, the next one, I guess since Luke is also books, my next one is our very first segment is us just doing top 10 movies.
Very basic.
Yeah.
Very easy.
If you couldn't tell on that one, if you watch it back, I'm shaking, either because I'm cold or I'm really nervous. But yeah, it was still really fun to do that one. It was just I had a really good time.
Our very first run at podcasting, I think we did pretty
It
good.
wasn't that bad, yeah.
I mean, I'd actually love it. So for those of you who don't know, I watch every single episode, go back and watch it.
I don't watch or listen to any.
After I release it, just to make sure it's not terrible. So I watch it before all of you see it. And I usually listen to his before any of y'all see it or hear it. Just to make sure that it's all okay. And I sacrifice to do that because Patrick doesn't want to.
I don't like my voice, which is strange because I do theater, so.
So I've seen every episode with my own eyes, and definitely looking at it, it's changed, but we've also stayed the same.
Yeah. It's only been 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is strange. That means we've been doing 10 weeks of school, which does not seem true at all.
It feels like it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah. This goes by really fast.
Yeah.
The podcast will get me through the week.
Yeah. No, actually, the podcast usually ends my week now. Because
It
we used to
does.
do it very early.
We did it on a Tuesday, I think, the first time we did it.
No, we did it on a Friday.
We did?
Or,
Okay, we did it
yeah,
on a Friday, the first time we did it. And now we're doing Sunday nights
Yeah.
before school. So we have to get our homework done. and
Well,
stuff.
especially with guests, we have to.
Find a time because they're
Fine,
busy
yeah.
and we're busy and everybody's busy because nobody has time.
I just
for
realized
anything.
we haven't done an in-person at school episode since the Super Bowl.
The third episode.
Yeah.
The fourth episode.
Whatever the Super Bowl episode was.
That's because we don't have time anymore.
Yeah, and also I don't really like doing it during our free time at school.
Yeah, because we do other things during free time, like be free.
Cause I'm free,
Free
falling.
Bow, bow, bow.
Okay. So my next one is gonna be Mr. Carter's episode. Top worst movies. That's something me and Mr. Carter really connect on many levels. We both love awful movies, and we both like to laugh at awful movies. So me and Mr. Carter put together some immaculate films. Obviously, he had some even better ones than I did, but we put together a pretty good list, and I just found it funny laughing with him about how awful movies can get.
I like bad movies, but it depends on if it's like just like an awful movie to watch, not so.
Some movies are truly painful to watch.
Yeah, sometimes they are. But I like movies in general. They're good. Movies are fun to watch. Especially if they're bad. I've got a lot of stuff later on my list that Luke has said already, but alright. And then my number 4 is when Luke texted me, like the first time in December, being like, hey, who would win a fight, Luke Skywalker or Harry Potter? And that's sort of what snowballed the whole thing where we went into doing the podcast, and he was like, hey, I want to start a podcast. Like, yeah, of course.
We can talk about that more in our next time.
We can.
Okay, so my next one is going to be, I kind of forget which one.
Number 4.
Yeah. Even Flow. When I started to break out into
Even Flow. It's like a cave. There's a lot of breaking out and singing in that episode.
Yeah, Even Flow.
It was really funny. That was also a really fun episode to do, Zach.
Yeah, that was just a great episode.
It was. It was
That was
fun.
really late at night too. That was like, because I was getting home from I forget what I was getting home from, but I was getting home from something, and I completely forgot that we were doing the podcast,
Huh?
and I get a call from Patrick at like 10:40. It's like, we're podcasting, and I enter this call with Zach and Patrick, and I'm like, podcast?
Huh?
Yeah.
And so Luke proceeded to sing, which is actually my next one. Is just Luke singing in general. It really makes the podcast whole with Luke's beautiful voice.
Just beat it.
Luke's got the most beautiful angelic voice you've ever heard.
We got the beats. Yeah, we got the beats.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
Because when we were in chorus together, we just sat next to each other, and Luke just really carried the whole choir together.
I mean, okay, I'd like to point out that I used to actually be a good singer, but then
Luke claims he's related to Elvis Presley, which
I am.
Don't believe.
I am 100% related to Elvis Presley. Okay, but also, I'd like to point out that I actually used to be a good singer, and like that I didn't used to suck.
Yeah, Luke used to get solo.
But then I went through certain changes that every young man goes through.
All right, I was a good singer when I was in 5th grade too, and I still sing for my musical and stuff.
Okay, your voice is still higher than mine, and also
It is still voice.
also your voice is trained to sing. My voice is not.
How is my voice trained to sing?
You've been singing your entire life.
Okay, maybe. Sure. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What's your number 3, Luke? You made a list. I don't know why this is so
Yeah, but
it's
it's out of order. Like, I'm just trying to like.
Why wouldn't you make it in order? It's a top 10 with numbers for a reason, Luke.
Oh boy.
Alright, Luke. You've got 10 things on there. Pick one of them. You have 3 things you can pick from, please.
Space Dunk TikTok.
Okay, there you
go. I was the Space Dunk TikTok, a video that didn't go viral, but I really wish it did. Like, I really wish we started a trend with that.
I did too. I thought I was like, wow, this is gonna be fantastic. It did not.
I love these things. They're like crack.
Perfect imitation of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Luke said at the end of it. And it was just really funny to do.
It
was fun to make.
That was probably one of my favorite things that we've done, like, aside from the actual podcast. It was really fun to make.
It was. Okay. My number 2 is Bad Movies with Mr. Carter. I did that, like mumbling. Movies. Bad Movies with Mr. Carter. Yeah, it was really fun to do. And Mr. Carter brought 18 movies and we said 5, so
it's
always got
definitely more than 18.
Always got to overachieve. But yeah, it was just really fun to do.
Alright, my next one is also a Mr. Carter episode. I'd like to point out that the Mr. Carter episode was easily my favorite, just to make in general. I was laughing so much when we made that. And after, when he continued to talk about bad movies, even when we stopped recording. But my next one is the draft that we did with things that start with the letter C.
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus and Christ.
It's so strange. No, it was Christopher Columbus, Christ, and Cameron Diaz.
And then
Top-
Canada and Catcher in the Rye.
Your 5 things which should not go together. It's really the Christopher Columbus before Christ thing.
Oh, I kind of forgot Christ.
You claim to be like a Christian, a religious, and then you pick Christopher Columbus, which again, Luke, not a good person. He killed a lot of people. And he also didn't discover America.
He discovered Cuba.
No, he actually didn't discover anywhere. He just sort of went there on his boat because he was trying to go to India. So,
Also, I think if we ever make merch, we should put Christopher Columbus and Christ on a shirt together and call it Luke's People.
Luke's people.
Luke's People.
Yeah, also, we think one day, perhaps, if you guys want it, we're going to make SOS, Students on Strike, which I don't think we really thought of, like, SOS being, I don't know.
I've thought about it since the beginning, I just never really pointed it out.
Yeah, because we're your savior of souls, because I don't have any soul, but Luke does, so. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're very soul people.
Ginger.
Alright, Luke. My number 1, Luke's mentioned it already. It's the light bulb. It was just really funny because Luke was, I don't know, even, yeah.
It wasn't supposed to be funny.
It wasn't because I was just sort of talking and Luke was like, the light bulb. And I was like, Thomas Edison, he invented that great guy. And Luke was like, where would we be? We said like 10 minutes ago. Where would we be without a light bulb?
It'd be pretty dark.
Pretty dark. Which is pretty funny in hindsight.
Alright, so my number 1 is our first, short to go somewhat viral. Not viral, but to really get a lot of views.
1,000 views, yeah.
On YouTube and TikTok is the Aquaman.
Yeah.
My favorite, OG moment from the TikTok, or from the podcast. I hate Aquaman. I think he's a terrible superhero. I think that any superhero, besides maybe, the weird ones, would beat him in a fight.
Like Squirrel Girl? Squirrel Girl is one of Spider-Man's friends.
I think Madame Spider or whatever would... Madame Web would lose in a fight to Aquaman.
She would lose?
Yeah, Madame Web sucks.
Okay, I haven't seen the movie.
I haven't seen it either.
Because we just didn't want to see it.
I don't want to see a woman Spider-Man.
Okay,
what? I like Peter Parker, not...
Do you like Miles Morales?
Yeah, I love Miles.
Yeah. I like superheroes. What?
Yeah.
You don't like superheroes. I don't even know why you care about any of them. You only like Batman, which is justified. Batman is very...
Also, I would like to point out that Batman made out with Batwoman, and Batwoman is the daughter of the police chief, which means that she has to be substantially younger than Batman.
Well, how old is Batman's younger than Gordon, though?
Yeah, but Batman's still old. He's older.
He's older. Yeah.
And he's basically making out with a teenager.
So
actually, having quote-unquote relations with a teenager. It's kind of weird, Batman. Not gonna lie.
Kind of weird, Batman. What's Batman up to? We don't know.
Yep. Also, you're telling me that they've done these things and that she still doesn't know it's Bruce Wayne?
No, she does.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Because they're kind of fighting partners.
Well, not really.
Yeah. What about Robin? Robin's just there. I feel bad for Robin.
Yeah, but then he left and became Nighthawk. So
yeah, but Robin gets shade just because he's
I don't really like
Wonder
Robin.
Boy with tights.
I don't really like Robin.
Yeah, he's men in tights.
Then he became Bird and Tights.
Bird and tights.
Bird and Tights.
That's a great name for a movie. Bird and tights. It's just a bird. It's just big bird.
I think we should
tights.
start making short films.
We should. We're going to become directors of short films.
Mm-hmm. We could post them on the channel.
We could. Okay, so that concludes our 10th Ready Set Rank It.
Yeah.
10-10. There we go. Yeah, that was good. Now we're gonna discuss how Luke and I became friends.
Also, while thinking about what we're gonna do.
No, it's a surprise. We know it in our brain.
Oh yeah.
It's just a surprise for you guys because you guys are gonna be like, "Wow, they're fantastic at this." Yes, we are.
We're really good at this whole podcast.
All right.
thing.
First of all,
Okay, so I'd like to point out. So this story begins very long ago. I have been at our current school, so we're gonna do this without disclosing anything about our true personal lives.
We're not allowed to.
Because we are not allowed to. I've been at our current school where we go to, where we met for 12 years, something like
13.
that. 12 or 13 years, which is kind of insane to think about now.
It's almost your entire life.
That is my entire life, besides my,
other 3 years, 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I came there 5 years ago.
Which is where we really met. We met the year before when he toured our school. But not, like, we didn't meet really until the year later.
Yeah.
We weren't, like, we were friends, but we weren't, like, super close until...
Because we didn't have anything in common, really.
Star Wars.
Yeah, that's sort of it.
Star Wars. To go into the spectrum of school. So when we were in 5th grade, we had one very big friend group. One friend group, very large.
And there were only 16 people in our class.
So we had 6 dudes, and we were all very close friends.
Yeah.
That didn't last. We went to middle school, our friend groups kind of just divided, and me and Patrick, we didn't hang out a ton in, like, 6th grade. I still went over to your house occasionally, but, like, it wasn't, like, frequent.
Like, we didn't, like, have lunch at the same table.
Yeah. And then 7th grade, we really didn't.
Yeah, it was only, like, you only came over to my house, like, twice.
Yeah. But 8th grade, I don't know what it was, but, like, and we've, like, don't get me, we've been close friends for a long time.
I think 8th grade, like, tables and, like, friend groups started to, like, shift around and everything.
Because, I mean, we've always been close friends. It's just very, like, we really became really close, like, this year, or last year and this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, go all the way back to COVID, when we FaceTime for 8 hours a day, basically.
Yeah. We played Battlefront 2 for, like, a long time. It was a schedule, like, every
to me, that is really the birth of our friendship.
Yeah. Yeah. During COVID, I had a schedule, you know? Mm-hmm. School ended at 12. One of my friends, you probably know from the Instagram and TikTok, Bates, who's not going to Busch Gardens. We used to play Minecraft for, like, 2 hours, and then take a break, have dinner and stuff, and, like, after, like, at 7 o'clock every day, Luke and I played Battlefront. Mm-hmm. And it was really fun. We were pretty good at Battlefront too. Mm-hmm. And that's the only good video game I'm good at now. So, yeah.
Besides Rocket League? I'm
not that good at Rocket League. Yeah, and then, like, 8th grade tables started to shift around, and then Luke and I were back at the same table. And, and also in 6th grade, 6th grade, Luke did the show with me, because I made him. Mm-hmm. He was a cow.
It was 6th grade.
Yeah, he was a cow. It was really fun. And then this year, I forced him to do the show again, and it's the most fun he ever had. Mm-hmm. I'm just speaking for him because I know it's the best show he's ever had.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I think, like, the podcast, best friends. See, it was a great high five. It was a great high five.
We also got really close over the summer, just doing stuff, doing the stuff with Zach.
Yeah. The band.
The band.
Which lasted for a minuscule amount of time.
Seriously, like a month, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can do the band again.
I want to do it just you, me, and Zach. Like,
yeah.
I think it was great with the 3 of us, and Zach wanted to actually be good.
And now my voice has changed. It's down here now. But yeah, I actually went to a vocal coach like last week, and she was like, "You're a tenor," so I'm that high. They always called me the highest in the room in the chorus class last year.
You're the highest in the room.
Not because I was smoking anything. It was just because my voice was really high. I was higher than most of the girls, actually, with my voice.
You're higher than the girls?
Yeah, I was actually. Like, when I'm doing warm-ups, I would go super high.
I could go pretty high.
You could. See? The voice of an angel.
Yeah.
But actually, the band, like, the birth of the band was, like, in that room. Which is, like,
right in that room.
We're like, we should come up with a band. Night Vision? No. Day Vision. Great idea, guys.
Me and Zach were the original founding fathers.
Yeah, they were, like, 2 songs. And they didn't include me on that.
Me and Zach have written a lot. Written a lot of songs. Me and Zach have written like 5 songs.
Yeah, and Zach's also supposedly writing a transitional, like, music for us. It sounds pretty good. He showed it to us and he just won't send it to us. Zach, actually, you don't listen to these. Zach, Casey, Zach's girlfriend, tell him to send it to us. Mm-hmm. Back to Luke and I being friends. I actually hated Luke for a long period of time. He was just super mean. I'm kidding. Or am I? You don't know.
No.
Yeah. Luke also eats all the food at my house. I don't yell at food at his house because I'm a nice person.
I actually don't really have food in my house.
Yeah, Luke
either.
doesn't own food.
No, I have food. It's just like not like scrumptious.
Luke doesn't have scrumptious food like I have at my house.
Yeah, he has popcorn.
Oh, popcorn. That's a real hot commodity these
I have
days.
popcorn right over there, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I'm pretty sure you have food at your house. But yeah, Luke's a fun person to be around. He's like ADHD on steroids. But yeah, Luke's a good person.
Patrick's also a great person.
Thank
Patrick is my one friend who keeps me down to earth, which is why he's my best friend.
Yeah, see?
Um,
I make sure Luke, I'm like electrical tape to your sparking wire, to the wire that's on fire.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
honestly, the people listening to this have no idea what we're talking about,
No.
but we thank you for letting us think about where we've come from being friends for 5 years on and off, but we've been friends the entire time. It's
Mhm.
not as close as we are now.
And Luke's not coming back to my school next year.
Yeah. This is actually something the viewers should actually hear.
So well, it's going to be all virtual on us, I think.
Almost. I mean, I'll be home from
For
time to
breaks.
time. But yes, I will not be returning to our current school next year. I'll be going to boarding school. So now you might be like, oh no, what's the fate of the podcast?
It'll still go on.
It will still go on.
Every Sunday we're going to record.
That's
Probably.
Yeah.
That's going to happen.
we'll see.
Yeah.
But don't worry about the podcast. The podcast will continue as normal. No one should have any concern about the podcast fading away.
No.
Me and Patrick are not fighting behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So
I actually punched Luke in the nose today. That's why you
Yeah.
can tell it's really bloody.
um,
Yeah, that's why we're wearing sunglasses, because we both have black eyes.
So yeah, our friendship is not in jeopardy. We are fine.
I
So
sound like a pirate. Arr.
so us, the podcast going forward, no matter what, over the summer, into the next school year, it will continue.
Yeah.
No matter how many people don't watch our podcast, we're still gonna make it.
If we have one viewer and it's just my, or if we have two viewers and it's just my mom and my dad, we're gonna keep doing it just for my mom and my dad.
We will continue to make this podcast no matter what, just because
Yes.
we enjoy it.
Yeah, it's fun to do and fun to make because it's like we're rambling on and on for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So it also takes some time for us, you know?
Yeah, it keeps my brain doing stuff.
Yeah, it keeps our brains stimulated. It's like how you only use 10% of your brain? Well, Luke and I actually use like 50%
Mm-hmm.
during the podcast because it's like we're thinking about other things.
Yeah,
And this
I couldn't
is-
be thinking about more things right now.
Yeah, you could. It's like, I mean, you couldn't. It's like,
Yeah,
you
you
could be
could.
thinking about like that much is how much you could be thinking. But now you're like, wow, movies, books, everything? Whoa.
And we were getting questioned earlier today by my family
Yeah.
what the podcast is about.
It's
Stressed
hard to
me out.
explain.
I can't explain what the podcast is about, especially if people don't know what segments means.
I'm pretty sure they know
Family,
what
I'm calling you out. You don't know what segments means, and you don't know how a segment works. When I say it's not organic, it means that
yeah.
when I mean it's all organic, I mean that we're coming up with it as we go, but it's still
We've said it
Somewhat
before,
planned.
and we'll say it again. It's just like Seinfeld.
it's a podcast.
It's a
about
podcast about nothing. Yeah. We don't really have anything. We have everything planned, but it's just like, what are we going to talk about?
We most of the time when we decide what we talk about, we just decide the day of,
Yeah. 'Cause
and most of the time we decide during the podcast
actually, yeah.
with very light guidelines. The light guidelines are the segments. The segments are the light guidelines, and yeah. Talking about how the podcast began, we talked about it a little bit in our last segment. I texted Patrick on a random day during, I think,
Winter break.
Winter break. And I was like, who would win a fight? Harry Potter or Star Wars? And
Luke Skywalker.
Or Luke Skywalker. And said Luke Skywalker.
Obviously.
And then I said Voldemort or Darth Vader. And
I think I said Vader.
he said Vader.
No.
No, Voldemort.
Voldemort.
And he said, oh, we gotta say yeah. I saw Chewbacca. But then I said, well, what if you take Force into account, and if you could deflect the magic, because Force is technically magic if you think about it.
Sorry. I've had like a really bad cough for like a month.
So, yeah, but just those ideas were what made the podcast happen. I think randomly one day I was like, "Do you want to start a podcast?" And we were talking about it to Mr. Panisi.
He's our sponsor, actually, not financial sponsor, just like he cheers us on. Yeah.
And he was like, "You guys should go for it." So I actually want to give a huge thanks to Mr. P while we're talking about it for encouraging us to do this from the very beginning. You were the first person we told. You're probably one of the first people to listen to our podcast. And even if you just listen to the podcast so we can't bully you at school, we still thank you for all the support you give us.
Even though you're a clout chaser.
Yeah.
uh,
And even all the support you give us outside of the podcast, thank you so very much.
Yes.
For letting us come into your room and ramble after school to everything that you do for us. Thank you very much.
Well, that's like our story
time.
Story time. Yeah, there you go. That's a good segment. Story time.
Yeah. We can do more story time. We can talk about stories from.
Okay, I have the segment. We've been saving it for you guys.
Yeah.
It's gonna be another what if. Right, Luke?
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, so this what if is gonna be what if the podcast had never happened.
I would be sitting here alone tonight.
No, probably not because it's St. Patrick's Day. Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day. Happy Me Day.
Us Day?
No, actually Me Day because I'm Patrick.
Oh yeah, you are.
That's what I've been calling it for the past 15 years of my life. Me Day.
Yeah, but we're both Irish, so to all you people who aren't actually Irish and you're pretending to be Irish today, no one likes you.
We'll do that. We'll talk about more of that next week.
So yeah, okay, let's talk about this right now. Actually, we're not doing an Irish themed episode on St. Patrick's Day because we don't want to. Because
we don't feel the need. We have to.
Because we think everyone should know that the whole month of March is Irish Heritage Month. So we're going to do it next week because it's still Irish Heritage Month.
Exactly.
Our month. We get a month.
We do get a month. Though, okay, never mind.
You're going to say the best month because it is the best month.
March is a good month.
Yeah.
Especially because spring is starting. It still doesn't rain that much, which is actually just rained like the entirety of last week. But you know what I mean. It's a nice day outside. It was a fantastic day today. It was like 66 degrees.
We hit the links.
We had sweet tea on a porch of a golf club.
Talk with a country accent.
Yeah, we talked with a country. I've talked in multiple accents today for like over 30 minutes. The
entire day.
Yeah, like I talked with a southern accent for like 30 minutes. And then I
talked with an Irish
accent for like 30 minutes like before dinner time. Now I'm going to talk in an Irish accent for maybe the rest of the episode. You don't know. I pride myself on knowing how to say different accents. We did that for shows. We did a lot of accents. But yeah.
But to say if the podcast had never happened,
it would have been much different. I think. Maybe not.
No.
Probably not. It's just like Luke and I wouldn't have as much things to do.
Yeah. Actually, podcast is a burden. I have to record another episode.
It could be so much easier because like I've got rehearsal for like 15 hours a week, and Luke's just around.
I have things I do.
Luke's not things he does. Like
I go to my girlfriend's house.
That's about it.
Work.
On what?
I hang out with friends.
Oh, what do you work on?
Stuff.
See,
I coach lacrosse.
No, you don't. You've been to one practice.
I've been 3.
1.
3.
Nope.
3.
Nope.
3. 3.
Yeah, but I think it'd just be. It's not convenient to the podcast, but it's really fun to do it.
Yeah, and it keeps us talking every week.
Does.
So, because there will be days at school and like weeks at school where I don't see Patrick at all. And that's not because our school,
weeks, just days.
Yeah. And that's not because our school is big. It's just kind of how our classes fall. And
Luke just doesn't go to school anymore.
I go to school.
Like we said, Luke's a student on strike. He doesn't end up at school. Like almost, I'm going to make him go to school normal time because I'm with him. It's a school night, actually, tonight.
Yeah.
But I have to not make him. Like last Monday, he told me on the podcast, I think, he's like, oh, I'm not going to show up to school in the morning. I was like, all right, Luke. And guess what he didn't do? He didn't show up to school in the morning. He came later.
And on Wednesday, I just didn't go to school.
Yeah. So because he was at a basketball tournament and his team lost. You suck, Virginia Tech. My team is not even good at basketball.
We're a football school. Go Tech.
I don't really know any sport things. You know what? We're not going to do your sports stuff anymore, Luke. Excuse me. We're gonna do theater.
Only from time to time when we do sports stuff, and only from time to time.
Yeah, no one really liked the sports episode. I don't think. Theater stuff though.
We'll just do like minuscule segments to one of us every once in a while. And also, I'm sorry that my exclusive video hasn't come out yet about doing Velocipaster.
You didn't say what you were going to do, but now you know it's Velocipaster.
Now you know it's Velocipaster. It's gonna come out eventually.
One day.
I've been actually thinking about it every day since I said it, and I know I said it was gonna come out. I know I said I was gonna make it come out, and I'm going to record it. Actually, if I don't record it, if I don't get it out by the time the next podcast comes out next week,
I get to slap Luke in the face.
we will make a punishment for Luke on the podcast.
I get to slap him in the face.
No, we will make a punishment for on the podcast.
I get to pie Luke in the face.
Sure.
It's probably gonna be virtual, so we're not gonna.
I will do a punishment on the podcast next week if I do not get if I not get the exclusive Luke video out by the time that we record the podcast, as long as it's not like Tuesday, because I'm not going to record it tomorrow night.
Okay, deal. Shake on it.
Here, wait, pinky swear. You got
pinky swear. I don't really want to kiss my hand.
Okay, just
you can kiss your own hand. All right. That's if the podcast didn't happen. Which, you know what? The podcast doesn't happen. Luke has a punishment. His thing. That counts for the what if, actually.
Yeah.
That's what I've decided. Because I'm in charge of this. All right. I hope you guys enjoy this. This is going to be a little bit of the shorter. We're not doing an hour because hours are long.
I can't even see how long this has been running for. 42 minutes.
42 minutes. All right. We're going to do some of our favorite segments. Say it with me, Luke. Somewhat educational.
But today we're fully educational.
Yeah, we're not just somewhat. We are the one who knocks.
You've never even seen Breaking Bad?
No.
I am Skyler. I am the one who knocks. That's not even how it goes, but
Okay. We're gonna start off with particular news with Patrick, as you do.
No,
you don't want me, sir?
The only thing I'm saying is in the first episode, I actually did it. So
yeah, but it wasn't any of the things that we've been doing.
Yeah. Let's throw it back real quick. Oh God.
No. All right, let's go back in time.
Let's go back in time to the first episode where we actually read news articles.
We did, and it was really boring because they weren't interesting news articles. They were just like about stuff.
It's because our teacher actually wanted actual news. Sorry for my phone notification. Our teacher wanted actual news, but that was like, no, this podcast isn't supposed to actually be educational.
We're just somewhat educational.
We're just somewhat educational. You got to learn why you shouldn't go to Florida. Or actually, no, Florida's a great place. I didn't mean it.
Disney World.
Disney.
That's the only good part about
Universal.
This is the only two presidents.
Fort Lauderdale.
Miami. Where are the Jaguars from?
Jacksonville sucks.
Tampa Bay
Also sucks. Key West.
That's alright.
Key West.
That's where the scary doll is.
Oh, yeah.
Robert.
There's also a Margaritaville in Key West.
Do you like this? Is the wrong song.
I don't even know like the words.
Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
Something a Margaritaville. Oh, it's like the salt in the hand.
Yeah, I don't remember. Cheeseburger in paradise. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Okay, let's go on to some educational. Luke, you can start us off. We got a timer. Give me a minute. Alright, I'm ready for this.
Alright.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Florida man threw live gator in Wendy's drive-through window. Florida man cop claims Burger King put dirt on his food. Inmate insists syringes pulled from rectum aren't his.
I mean, maybe they won.
Drunken Florida man on Segway charged with DUI. Florida man tries to evade.
Wait, a Segway. I think it's a Subway. I think it does that.
Florida man tries to evade arrest by cartwheeling away from cops. Florida man calls 911, says he needs a ride to Hooters.
I mean, sometimes you need to go.
Florida couple trapped in an unlocked closet for 2 days. That is the third time we have something unlocked closet related from Florida. Florida man posing as an officer pulls over an off-duty deputy sheriff. Florida man attempting to time travel crashes into strip mall. Florida man, Walmart evacuated after Florida man found crawling through ceiling.
How did he get in the ceiling?
Puppy shoots Florida man, deputy say.
Okay, that's the minute. That was an interesting one.
That was-
Puppies shooting people. That's the story right there.
Oh wait, I need to get your time.
I need to get my timer. I've got my thing. I'm gonna start with a good one. I think I'm gonna do an Irish accent for this one, so apologies if you don't like Irish people.
If you don't like Irish people, you're not
You
allowed
shouldn't be
to listen
listening
to
to
our
this podcast.
podcast. Because it's only Irish people. There's a Conor McGregor poster right there.
There is, in fact, a
I
Conor
believe
McGregor
it was
poster.
really short there, actually.
Alright, Luke.
3, 2, 1, hit it.
Thunderbird snake found trying to hide among the undies in the bedroom. Zookeeper dresses as white tiger for escape drill. San Diego welcomes birth of Geek Cough. 3 million lottery tickets spent 5 weeks in obvious winner nightstand.
Another lottery related.
Missouri Museum takes world record for wearing underwear as hats. Escaped pig leads deputies on chase in Louisiana.
We have another pig related. one,
Idaho
too.
man uses pump rocket to hit the target 37 times in a row. Mom uses kids' birthdays to win $1.4 million in lottery prizes.
Another lottery.
Rots at New Orleans police headquarters getting high on seized marijuana.
Womp womp.
World's southernmost post office seeks workers in search of male count penguins.
Bet you that's in Key West.
Penguins say thief stole 18,000 bobbleheads of NHL legend Germany drag. Pie Day, FDA revokes regulations for frozen pie cherry. Hey, world's heaviest blueberry grown in Australia.
Oh, you're done.
I lost the Irish accent halfway through. Luke's ripping paper on the ground. Yeah, I lost my Irish accent, but you know what I meant. Or did you? You don't know.
Well, as always, but today, very especially, thank you so much for the people who've stuck with us through 10 episodes. We very much appreciate y'all. This is something me and Patrick have been doing for a couple 10 weeks now.
Couple 10 weeks.
Couple 10 weeks. So thank you all very so much.
Much appreciated.
Much appreciated. And on a very serious note, thank you so very much. And
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
very much. I'm being Luke.
Yeah.
This
This is me when I talk serious. Like my voice.
His voice goes down here and it gets all gravelly in his voice. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you very
listening to the
much.
podcast.
No, but seriously, thank you so much for listening. And we've been doing this, and this is something that we've come to actually really love doing. So thank you.
And we have a little musical performance for you. Luke usually sings them, but I want to do them today.
Mm-hmm.
I'll kind of stand up.
All right, but before, thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your week.
Ready?
3, 2, 1, hit it.
I'm too sexy for the shirt. Too sexy for the shirt. So sexy it hurts. I'm too sexy for your party. Too sexy for your party. The way I'm disco dancing. Thank you. I'll see you in a week.